Support WrestleTalk!
Donate on Patreon.
Another fun six-man tag. Shinsuke Nakamura struggles with pens. And where on earth are SAnitY? I am Luke Owen. Vote in the poll above my head to let me know your thoughts on this show using this rating system from top to bottom. Smack damn, smacktastic, smack bang in the middle, Ellsworthy, and our newest rating, a smack in the face. Big thanks to the maestro Josh and Smiles for that suggestion, and to anyone else who suggested it. This is the 5th of June edition of SmackDown Live in about 4 minutes. Carmella opened this week's episode of SmackDown Live to ask, who really is Asuka? She says that Asuka isn't the woman we all think she is, and she's going to expose the truth about her. She's not going to bring out sisters, is she? Mella showed a video package to remind us of how awesome Asuka was pre-WrestleMania, and how watered down she's become since her loss to Charlotte wasn't used to further her character. This brought out Asuka, who was interrupted by Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, who both wanted to face Asuka in singles matches. Carmella told Asuka that she could face whichever one she wanted, but Paige here came out and said that she makes the matches round here and no one speaks for her. She then just repeated what Carmella said and told Asuka that she could face whichever one she wanted. Asuka, however, wanted to face both of them, and then beat them in a really fun and well-worked handicap match. Asuka ran wild early on, but the numbers got the better of her. Eventually, she took Deville down and made her tap to the Asuka lock. Carmella got in afterwards and laid Asuka out off a Mandy Rose distraction. This was a good opening segment to the show, and while I feel that Asuka has been leveled off since WrestleMania, she is still one of the best in-ring wrestlers WWE has in their women's division. Oh, happy birthday, Johnny. The Miz was backstage practicing Mizjitsu when the New Day walked in to tell him that he could pick which of them would be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. All he had to do was pick a name out of their hat. Seems simple enough. However, the lovable goofball switched the hat to one filled with pancake batter, and Miz put his hand in it. Big E was the shining star of this segment, echoing Carl Anderson's Muttley-esque laugh when Miz realized what had happened. Miz then flicked the pancake batter into Xavier Woods' face. I feel there's a crude and immature joke that the YouTube comment section will make, but can't quite place my finger on it. Speaking of Carl Anderson, and he beat Harper with a roll-up after the Bludgeon Brother dominated the entire match. Not sure what this did for either team or this feud. Naomi attempted to cut an Uso-style promo backstage and then teamed with her husband to take on Rusev Day's Lana and Aiden English. Mixed Match Challenge lives again! This was pretty sloppy when Naomi and Lana were in the ring, which was the majority of the match, but really good when Jimmy and English got in. The husband and wife team won when Jimmy superkicked English in the throat. Paige held a backstage contract signing between AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura for their last man standing match at Money in the Bank, which AJ signed very quickly. Nakamura's pen sadly was out of ink, and when he borrowed AJ's pen, he said it didn't work. AJ then lost his cool and slapped the challenger before being dragged away. Nakamura then took out his own pen and signed the contract. It was fine. And now it's time to play our new game.
Where in the world is
SAnitY! Are they sneaking around the world from Kiev to Carolina? Are they on a slow boat to China? I don't know, but they sure as hell aren't on SmackDown Live. We aren't even getting teasers for them anymore. The last promo we got was on the 8th of May edition of SmackDown Live a month ago. I figured they'll be next in line once the Brothers Bludgeon defeat the Brothers Good, but why not keep that plate spinning by having Eric Young cut promos? I don't know, hype up their debut and make people interested in seeing them come to the blue brand. Money in the Bank entrants Becky Lynch and Charlotte had a decent match with a few mistimed spots, and Becky won with a disarmer. Whatever happened to that storyline about Becky not being able to find her place in the division? Backstage, Cara was being interviewed by a robot trying their hardest to be human when Zelina Vega told him that he will have a match next week against Andrade Cien Almas. The former NXT champion then attacked Cara from behind to leave him laying. Our main event was a 6-man tag between New Day against Miz, Samoa Joe and Rusev, which sounds like it would be a lot of fun if given some time, but never mind that shit, we've got a big Cass promo. And you'll never guess what he talked about: being tall, of course. He said that a good big man will always beat a good little man. Well, you know, apart from at Backlash. And he said that Bryan has never been in the ring with someone as big as him. Well, you know, apart from at Backlash or last week. This was a good promo, but it rung hollow, and we've heard it all before. Following on from their fun 6-man tag last week, New Day had another one one here with Miz, Joe, and Rusev. It wasn't as good as last week, but this got really great after the hot tag, with some fast-paced spots and action that it was hard to keep track of where anyone was at any one time. The finish saw Miz grab a tray of pancakes to throw at Big E, but he accidentally threw them at Joe and Rusev. They left him laying and bailed, and New Day hit the midnight hour for the win. So that was this week's SmackDown Live in about 4 minutes. Remember to vote in the poll to let us know what you thought. This was a better show than Raw, though that is hardly a high bar, but it wasn't particularly special. There isn't a match you should go out of your way to check out if you didn't watch the show, nor was there a killer segment that made me want to tune in next week or be excited for Money in the Bank. It was fine. This week's SmackDown Live is smack bang in the middle. But are the Bullet Club heading to Impact Wrestling? Click the video on screen right now for more awesome wrestling content, subscribe to WrestleTalk, and pledge on Patreon. I have been Luke Owen, and that was SmackDown Live.